So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. We're very pleased to welcome Mary Ogunbeje and Dr. Ivan Williams today to deliver this session. Before I hand you over, I just want to do a quick introduction on our panelists today. So today we have Mary, who is an Occupational Safety and Health Research Manager at the Institution of Occupational Safety and Health. She studied a BSc in Pharmaceutical Sciences and an MSc in Occupational Safety and Health. Most of her activities at IOSH have involved program and project management, monitoring and evaluation, training, public speaking, developing online tools, and publishing material for both scientific and non-scientific audiences. Ivan's main role as a research advisor at IOSH is to monitor funded projects and carry out the day-to-day management of IOSH's research program. His interests include collecting, analysing and circulating information on issues affecting working conditions and occupational safety and health. This also involves collecting information on research trends, horizon scanning and future priorities in occupational safety and health and working conditions. He has recently finalised and published his law PhD on labour law, occupational safety and health. So, with all that said, I shall now hand you over to both Ivan and Mary to kick-start this session. Ivan, do you want to take the screen?
Welcome everyone to today's webinar. This is a snapshot of the structure of what we want to go through during this webinar. We're expecting to go through most of the information in the 25 minutes and allocate the rest of the time for questions from participants. We will initially go through some general aspects of the background of our research fund. We will then cover our corporate strategy and how it links the priority topics. We will then go through the governance and admin aspects of our funding process. And we'll also have a quick look at the key documents needed to submit our research proposal. We will do a wrap-up of key dates, and then we will go through the questions and answers section. Mary will now go through some general information of IOSH's research fund.
Thanks, Ivan. I'm pretty sure that this background information will be useful to those who aren't so familiar with IOSH in particular. So IOSH has been funding research projects since 2005, primarily through an annual call for proposals. And we've invested around 6.5 million on over 40 different projects. IOSH's research program has evolved over the years, but until recently, the research program had never received a comprehensive review. So a couple of years ago, we put a pause in commissioning new research and reviewed the program. The review enabled us to identify some areas where we can enhance how we operate and ensure that we're aligned with our corporate strategy, Work 2022. So we can see on the screen a summarised timeline of some key events over the years in relation to our research programme. I won't go into too much detail, but it's worth mentioning that during this time, we commissioned a special programme of research, which was called Health and Safety in a Changing World. We ran a couple of workshops and developed an online IOSH research database known as the IOSH Research Community. Funding for IOSH's research comes from our charitable reserves and our operating surplus. You should also be aware that depending on the amount requested, decisions for funding projects are likely to be decided by our Finance and Investment Committee and Board of Trustees. However, along the way, we'll be supported by the advice of independent peer reviewers and a newly formed research advisory group. We'll go through this in a little more detail later. We see our research work as fundamental to the delivery of Work 2022, which is our corporate strategy. It's also key to supporting our members as professionals, benefiting the public as part of our charitable objects, and advancing the IOSH profession at large. Ivan's now going to show you some of the outcomes and outputs of our research portfolio to date.
Thanks, Mary. I think that's been a really good picture. Well, as you have mentioned, these are some of the examples of projects that we've funded in the past with various research organizations. They have mainly been located in the UK, such as the Institute of Occupational Medicine, University of Nottingham, or Loughborough University, but also from abroad, like Tilburg University in the Netherlands, University of Monaco in France, or University College Cork in Ireland, on a wide variety of topics, as you can see from this slide. They include shift work, return to work strategies, occupational safety and health management in complex organizations, and mental health and well-being have been some of the topics that we've funded in the past. I think it's also worth mentioning that we've also sponsored some projects to support IOSH initiatives at a policy level. A good example of this can be seen in the research funded as part of our awarded campaign, No Time to Lose, that looks to increase awareness on occupational cancer. And as a long-standing leader in IOSH research, IOSH aim is to build on this success by creating a research center of excellence that delivers impact in practice. Something that we will be focusing on will be to respond to novel IOSH issues with timely research outputs. And it's fair to say that the deliverables from our research program have enriched and contributed to IOSH various publications vehicles. So examples of this are our academic journal, Policy in Practice in Health and Safety, that you might be already familiarized with. The IOSH magazine, our commercial products, our campaigns, and thought leadership content in the form of guides and other similar publications, but also they're disseminated through social media platforms in the form of like webinars or videos. And I think this is just an example of the tangible outputs that were developed as part of our research study that cover the topic of return to work after cancer. We can see a series of checklists, case studies, risk assessment, top tips, webinars that were produced as part of the study.
So I mentioned earlier about our corporate strategy, Work 2022. Our research aims to support IOSH in transforming and supporting the profession through Work 2022 and its strategic objectives. There are three key pillars in Work 2022, enhance, collaborate, and influence. With Enhance, we see our research programme helping to enhance and build upon the IOSH body of knowledge in 6 of our priority topic areas. Our research findings enable us to lead, promote, and support a credible profession, which ultimately saves lives and has a positive impact on an organisation's reputation and results. This could be in the areas of both policy or practice. In terms of influence, we want our research to generate new insight for us to support our role as a thought leader. We also want our research to empower professionals and businesses to address issues that they encounter at a local level by showing how to improve IOSH policy and practice. In relation to collaborate, the research programme offers the opportunity for us to work with various like-minded national and international organisations and partner with both industry and research and academic communities, fellow professional bodies and others to jointly undertake research and evidence-based initiatives in mutually beneficial areas. We are very open to co-funding and commissioning more joint research. We see partnering with respected organisations as a way of helping us to achieve greater impact and broadening IOSH's portfolio in accordance to our key priorities. You're probably aware by now that this call for research focuses on 2 of our priority areas, so 2 of our 6 priority areas. So one is work-related musculoskeletal disorders and the other is non-health related fatalities. As you'll notice from the slide, our desire is for each of these topics to lead to tangible outputs and outcomes. And for example, for our research to contribute to other areas such as our campaigns, products, it could be training solutions, or it could even lead to changes in regulations.